Hi everyone, welcome back to the Tailored Metaphor, where I use my imagination to support your mental health. And today we're going to talk about overwhelm, which is very relevant this year, I think. And a lot of people experience overwhelm very differently and for different reasons. The most common experience is when too many things that are stressful are building on top of each other and not getting ameliorated. And so it just becomes system overload, too many things happening at once. And the metaphor I like to use for this is of a storm. The way that I visualize it particularly is of a massive, dark, heavy, and thick kind of storm system or cloud system that's just kind of like sitting on top of wherever you are. Now, ironically, when that type of storm happens, we often are always looking at it. We're always looking up instead of just trying to go about our day down here and being present in what you're trying to do here. And this is probably because oftentimes that kind of storm is scary. There's a lot of uncertainty involved with that storm because you don't know if it's going to get worse. You certainly don't know when it's going to get better. You also don't know if other things will happen, like lightning or tornadoes or whatever it may be. And so overwhelm can create this sense of kind of lofty detachment from what you really should be focusing on down here. And this kind of overwhelm storm is very common for me. I've worked on it for years because I'm a very sensitive person. I get overwhelmed very easily. I can even overwhelm myself very easily. And so for people who are hard on themselves or are overstimulated or get stressed when things aren't as organized or too many things are happening or you're trying to figure out how to deal with too many things, A, I can relate, but B, it feels like a much huger, if that's even a word, experience than it really is. And so if you're ever trapped feeling like you're kind of stuck in this storm, like your head is just so cloudy and distracted by this discomfort that you're experiencing, come back down here. Come back down to where you actually are and ask yourself, what needs to be done right this moment? What needs to be focused on right this moment? Because oftentimes, if we're up in the storm, it's often about things that aren't happening right now. It might be uncertainty about the future or fear of things happening in the future. But what do you need to focus on right in this moment? It could be a certain task, like at work, like if you want to be focusing on a certain kind of project, and that's really what should be taking your attention. Or maybe something in your relationship or whatever it is. What do you need to be focusing on? Keep in mind, this could be a self-care activity. You might be like sitting at work at your desk thinking, actually, I shouldn't be focusing on any of this right now. Like, this is way too much. I need to go take a walk. Or I just need to go take a break somewhere. And I'll come back to it. I'm not saying don't do your work. I'm saying make sure to just evaluate what is really needed for you in that moment. Because chances are, if you go take a break, or if you focus on what really needs to be focused on right then, it'll actually clear up some of those clouds. Because it takes away a lot of that uncertainty and pressure if you become really clear on what actually needs your attention. So give that a shot. Try that out. Comment below if this is relevant to you, if you've experienced this kind of storm before. Maybe we can relate on it together. But otherwise, make sure to subscribe to my channel for videos like this every single week, and I will talk to you later.